Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Z.A.T.O. I don't remember the full name of the game. It's got like "I love the world and everything in it." Maybe I don't something like that for like a subline. We're in the middle of the first chapter about Ira. Our protagonist had just had makeup put on her face. She was running to the bathroom to clean it off. It was a joke. Big joke, even though fuck them. I should probably save. I haven't saved. Great. And then she bumped into Ira. So without further ado, after about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I keep repeating it again and again and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at a classmate she found annoying. One just so happened to make fun of me. Her not joining in. Her telling me she liked my writings. She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Oi! Huh? 3 coins clinked against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So he remembered? There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Everyone around erupts in snickers. Right, all these classmates A, B, and C. Well, no, sometimes there was a classmate early on that was some guy named something. I can't tell what gender these people are supposed to be, so I'm just going to keep doing random voices for them. Hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later? Very funny. Oh, please, Shabina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. That's right. You're doing a disservice. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I had deserved it, as if I didn't have it good enough before, as if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple, getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's all so stupid, I can't help but laugh. Ha ha ha. But that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit to, but, better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garen all scared and confused. Or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit of its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. Until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades, and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right. I've got classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this, I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So why did I act as if that weren't enough? What the hell? You idiot! What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? I'm so... Ira looks like she's gonna slap me, but instead swings her boot against a snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly swiping clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ira? How did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garen giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. What the fuck happened? I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally, but there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance and my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently to the ground below. I look at Ira. Her face is... The word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned that I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't, but the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you Garen was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Huh? Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's gonna punch me. Ira's going to punch me for real. She's gonna punch me and then never speak to me again. I don't even say sorry. I just brace myself for the incoming blow, physical, verbal. I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. He pissed me off. And you pissed me off too. Oh. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believed that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank. Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at that shriveled up piece of paper and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You want to burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh. No, thanks. It's wet anyways. I fold the letter and shove it into my pocket. It'll get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in the end. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real. I met Ira today. Ira came after all these weeks of praying. Ira came. Thank you. Huh? I smile at her. Even after I said I had come to terms with it, no. Right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small, involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Oh, flustered. You're as flustered. Is she flustered? Really? Hang on, I gotta explain that. Hold on. That just hit me like a truck. That small involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. I hold on to like the smallest, like simplest things, thinking that people will be better. People will act kinder. People will notice me or say something to me. People think that I'm doing a good job. You know, and that's at work and at home, out doing whatever else, at comic shops, card shops, random online interactions and games, here on YouTube, you know. God, I've been feeling so lonely lately. Jesus, what a... Is she flustered? Really? That's cute. That's just so cute. This game keeps like being like so in like the same headspace that I usually am. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep getting through this like without just randomly like having moments. Jeez. What's with you? Oh, right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry. She's so happy. The internal just overloads and the external just ends up like being stuck in a way for a little bit. What can you do about it? I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. What? Already? Here gives me a quick once-over. You take care. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. We wave at we wave at each other. We wave at each other, and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. It feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple steps in the direction of my home. No. Changed my mind. I run back. Crap, my legs are still so stiff. I turn the same corner Ira passed not even a minute ago, and she's already gone. I sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Why does she always leave in such a rush? Dude, I should have played this game so much earlier. This is so fucking good already. It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks, and I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did, and she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets killing time. I keep thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it again and again, walking and walking, praying and praying. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Oh, it's this bitch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. And she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she'd see me like that, though choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear, and so she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way, only Garen doesn't. Move. Nah. What's the rush? Come play with us too. Huh? Dude, you serious? Come on, have some fun for a change. Look, Shubina's having fun, right, Shubina? Please don't look. Yeah. See? Ira doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what, gonna throw a chair at me? To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Garen lets out an awkward little chuckle. What, got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. Swish. Whoa! Garen jumps back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? Oh, what the hell? You! Something silvery shines in Ira's hand. It's a bow compass. Is that... Are you serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Whoever thought that bow compass lesbian was a new version? I mean, got sword and axe lesbians, now bow compass. She's probably not a lesbian. Maybe, I don't know. Hang on, let me look at the store page, or what the tags are for the game. It does have LGBTQ in it. Psychological horror mystery. Oh no, what have I done? The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. It's just like the last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers know. Most people will think she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated. And I'm getting some really silly thoughts. The 2 times when Ira lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It's only 2 times and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only I didn't do anything, really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore, because in that moment I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything that I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. It's still not good enough. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe, until they weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Ira spent all of her free time at home, which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours on end in a home like that every day? No, I really doubt that. The other more probable option is that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered. That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that, bother the heck out of her. I felt almost brave about it. Ira could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Whoa. But for some reason, I really didn't think she would. It's that intuition, too. Like, you logic yourself through stuff and then, like, are kind of validated? Vindicated? Validated? I don't know which word is right for that, but you know. My breath halted. Oh, hey. Hi. The vents near the research institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. I never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts. So that's a safe bet in my book. Why is Ira here of all places? Again? Huh? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here? What? Oh, no. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll. Here. Yes. Okay. Ira gives me an incredulous look. Do you, like, smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Oh, yeah, I know that. You want to try then? What? Smoking? Uh-huh. No, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. Awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just... And what about you, Ira? What about me? I have those moments too where, like... I'll... You know, like a conversation will happen and, like... It'll be about one side or the other, and then, like, there's a long pause and it's like the other person isn't going to say anything else. And so I'm like, okay. Wait, what do I ask to keep it going? Because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Oh, God. Oh, okay. What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the Institute? Yeah. Something like that. Something like that. My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh, you bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. Huh? I mean, it's really nice you look out for your mom. It's, whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. But Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Crap. That proves it. Ira and I weren't cut from the same cloth. When I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come here, Ira is cooking, packing lunch, carrying it to the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard, but it makes so much sense. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have the time to sit at a cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. No. She only said her mom forgets her lunches sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yeah, that's true. She'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Ira walks back into the building. Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garen doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? She's not really my friend. You're a pit bull then? Pit bull? Hey, that's spot on. You can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit. You think we're friends? Well, not really, but looks like they've picked up on it. On Ira reacting like that to me being used as a laughingstock. So it wasn't just me. It's not just my wishful thinking. That's so nice to hear. Even if I still don't know for sure. The most comforting thing I've heard out of Garen's mouth to date. At least she barely shows up. Yeah, they'll probably kick her out before New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Ira can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but... Wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she going to go? Damn, good point. Well, her parents can just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah. To a relative or something? But no. Oh man, now that you say that, everyone pretend to be surprised when that happens. No. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it. How Ira's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time, but still, she forgets her lunch sometimes. That can't happen. No! It can't. It's not fair. They can't send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it'll all be over. If they do, then I won't... We just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. I raise my head and look out through the window. The snow is falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly across the tundra, far past the fences, past the mountain ridge, so far away that I can't picture it. So far away that my mind circles twice around the earth, then comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. This world is way too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So if I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person so much more deserving do the same thing? Do the same? What does a person like that have to do? Is there anything that I can do? A bird flies past the window. Ira. What? I'm really using up all my luck these days. Ira sits smoking in the girls' bathroom just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick in her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close? I know you don't like going to class much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says that you'll get sent away, that your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Oh, of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something, and then there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. That's about what I expected. Of course, I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Vera's time before she goes. I wonder, did I do the same thing when Tasia moved away? It's only been 3 years, but now that I think back to it, it's all so hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Huh? Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Nice. Right. She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yeah, you know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around. Ira's expression darkens. Don't worry. We were just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I've checked the whole class and the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm no good at that kind of stuff. When I hid Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws the cigarette butt out of the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait, I said it's fine. We were playing a game, really. Please, don't get into more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garen, right? No, Shurikov. Same difference. She walks out to the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it becomes immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Whoa! Some poor guy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Sorry. We're sorry. He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Ira to the bathroom. Oh, the smell is so much worse in this one. I look around and see Ira's hand reaching above one of the stalls. Oh, there it is, my diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. Please be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank, secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. Pop. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along. I look up at Ira, who is now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, thank you. Yeah. Oh. Ah! Ira almost loses her balance, but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Oh, whoa. Are you okay? Yeah. Let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Dunno, I didn't say anything. Huh? But why would I be in a men's toilet? Gross. Oh, I see. Thank you again. How did you know it'd be in the boys' room? You think Shirk would go into the ladies' room? No. I suspected they put it in there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. You can't keep doing this. I know. I should have checked there from the start instead of running around the whole school like a... No! You can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We were just playing around. Bullshit! You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life. I can't. You like being a victim that much? Oh, it won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad. And I wouldn't... I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right, and for the love of... It's not like I never tried it before, but when I say something, they just make fun of me, and nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't act like I don't care when everybody's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. And when I go along with it, at least they talk to me. Oh my god. Oh. And I know you're okay on your own, but I... So what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She exhales sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya, yes? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. The unspoken rule Garen and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ira's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine, but here I am whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ira to get her act together, and yet I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. What? A poem? Why? What kind of question is that? 'Cause I liked them. Oh, really? You liked them? You liked my poems? Why else would I ask? That's... Thank you very much. I mean, yeah, of course. I'll write one. Do you want it to be about something or maybe in a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. All right, I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah. You do that. Look at that slight smile. Oh. Ira checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah, alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. Really stayed in school for way too long. The shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too.
This shit's good. This is a good fucking story, Jesus. Holy shit.
My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home, day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes. She vanished during breaks. I never asked where to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head, not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store, just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. Thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Oh. Ira, hi. What are you doing here? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh, no, I mean, what are you doing at the center? Came to return some books. Oh, so you go to the library? What were you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Ira looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. Did she read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. That's kind of unfair though, isn't it? The other week I finished The Plague by Camus. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral, but I enjoyed it a lot. Not sure I agree with the message, though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically that evil is an inherent part of life. You can try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. And even if you do good things in times of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. Huh? I guess there are some okay people in the world, but there's a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. Well, that's how it is. I don't know if I agree. At least I've never met someone I would call a dirtbag. You serious? Garen's right there. Garen? Well, he's not that bad. Really, I don't think he means it. I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? I think that's something Camus and I can agree on. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all that greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment, and there are really horrible, awful things happening every day, but I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysus something, from ancient Greece, I think. Anyway, he said evil is not a being, for if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay. So Hitler's not evil? That's a rather extreme example, but it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, it wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists. It's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. Of course not. I just don't like it when it's described as something omnipresent. What? It's like, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, we aren't born with some big evil force inside us. I doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe ain't a person, of course it's different. Well, yes, it's not, I know that. But it is a kind of being, right? Since every being is pure by default, so is the universe, because it's the idea of being itself, right? And, I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I'd expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. For a second I feel a lump rising in my throat, but then I realize something. Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Huh? Like everyone's good deep down, like nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. That's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier. Well, even angrier. Yes, I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. I imagined Ira throwing 100 chairs. 100 chairs flying towards 100 Karens. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Ira is like a Bodvista. Bodhistava. Bodhistava? Yeah. Dozens of hands. Half are for holding furniture. Half are for stationery. A halo of chairs and compasses. A halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses, 100 times more halos. Ira surrounded by 100 halos. We talk for a little while longer. Just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. I tell her about some of the books I've recently read, my impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and grumpled. She keeps listening, though. Oh. I know that feeling. The first time I had that feeling, it's when I was working at Taco Bell 800,000 years ago. I'd been playing Lord of the Rings online. God, why am I talking about this? And I was working graveyard shift at Taco Bell. And this guy that I'd been working with, like, he's not a gamer. He's like several years older than me and didn't really know much about video games. And he's asking me like what I was interested in and stuff. All of my experiences up to that point with guys had been like them just trying to like, you know, just, the end goal would be like sex or something, and I'm, you know, super lesbian. And so I was like, I play video games, and he was like, he kept like pestering me for more details. And so like I was talking about Lord of the Rings online, and then I get into like how other MMOs I played so many fucking MMOs. They were all kind of like generic, and at the time Lord of the Rings Online had like a really unique mechanic that I hadn't seen. It was literally like a hope mechanic that blah 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 blah. And like at the moment I was like that, I like the words like hope mechanic came out of my mind. I was like, you can't like seriously want to hear about this. And he was like, keep talking, I'm listening to you. And I was just like really taken aback, because it was just like this, not used to sharing thoughts, and everything that I was saying like felt really dumb as it was coming out of my mouth. And he kept listening. We weren't even like good friends. All the years that I worked there with him, we'd only like, he helped me move one time because it was like he had like time in between that job and his next job in the morning after we got off, so he like helped with one trip. And then there was this other time that I went with somebody and like saw him at his other job, and like we just like ate food and said hi to him. He didn't even like have the ability to take like a 10 or something to like hang out with us or anything, so like yeah, it's weird. But I mean, I guess working graveyard shift, once you have everything done, mind you, this was back when like everything had like a 24-hour drive-through, so like we were there all night, not until like 1 a.m. or 4 a.m. or something. We were there until 7 a.m. So he, you know, you kind of, I guess you're kind of friends with people that you work with when there's, you know, all the work is done and there's nothing else to do. We would watch movies, and sometimes I would bring in my PlayStation 3. I was the manager, so like, what was somebody gonna do? Tell me I couldn't fucking do something when I was the only manager on shift, you know? Yeah. But no, I don't feel like I'm listened to very often, though. I don't get to talk about stuff. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Oh, geez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette butt. Oh, really? Yeah, plans. Oh, I understand. But, some of those novels sounded kind of interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? I just said thanks. Ira gives me a look so threatening I cut myself off. Right. Her hair's like a light color like mine too, if I'm not dyeing it black or anything. Ah! My eyes are also like more of a hazel. I hope you enjoy them. She nods in approval. Oh, and the books I've read, they were, yeah? Angelique, huh? By Anne Golan. What the fuck is that? Hang on, I'm actually gonna Google this. I hope I don't regret Googling this. Angelique. It's a novel series. 13 historical adventure romance novels. Anne Golan. Originally published from 1957 to 1985. Huh. Okay, so she was reading romance. That's cool. I mean, I guess that makes sense given the other stuff that we've learned about her. Angelique? The romance series? Yeah, it's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know, my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got to reading them, and I didn't really expect you to be into... They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. You're not? It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, they're all right. Okay. I'll remember that. Ira looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See you. Yeah, see you around. Ira disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined, and I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little more about herself. Kind of feels like I hogged the entire conversation now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time, I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the books she likes. Maybe we could talk about movies? I wonder what her favorites are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kinds of movies. So if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could even go to the cinema. That could be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. And I'll stop it there. Thank you, everybody. You're incredible. As always, stay safe and sweet dreams.